Here we are again, Dr. Larry McDaniel and Yvonne DiVita. We're talking about PurinaCare Pet Health Insurance and what the different options are. I know there are two different options available to people, and if you would explain those to us, Dr. Larry, that would be really helpful to people.
Sure. The overriding feature about PurinaCare is that it's easy to understand. There are two options, and those two options are PurinaCare with preventive care coverage and PurinaCare without preventive care coverage. And it's as simple as that. We can talk a little bit later on about, the variable deductible levels and what the copay is and that kind of stuff. But that's just, that's typical with insurance. But the two options are with preventive care and without preventive care.
How did you come to decide to have those two options?
Well, preventive care, we feel strongly at Purina, and the veterinary profession feels very strongly, that there are certain things you just have to do every year to keep your pet healthy. And those are the basic preventive care procedures. And when we talk to pet owners that would be interested in insurance, these are the type of people that typically want to provide those preventive care procedures every year. So the way it works with PurinaCare is that anything that you spend at the veterinary clinic on those preventive care procedures, if you have PurinaCare with preventive care coverage, those expenditures apply to the deductible. So let's say you have a puppy. Any of those puppy vaccinations, any of the deworming that you would do, any of the laboratory tests that would be involved with the physical exams, spaying, neutering, even if you live in a heartworm and flea control area, 12 months of heartworm and flea prevention, those types of expenses are covered under the preventive care policy. So everything that you would spend at the veterinarian applies to your deductible. And in most cases, if you choose a deductible, say $250 is a typical deductible level that you would choose. In most cases, you will have that deductible covered just through expenditures on routine preventive care. And then if something strange happens, some type of illness or accident it happens, then you are covered. You've already got your deductible taken care of for that year. The other option is PurinaCare without preventive care. So what does that mean? That means that those preventive routine annual procedures, vaccination, worming, tests, all that stuff, those are not covered, and the only places where you are covered is if your pet develops an illness or has an accident. And let me elaborate on that because that can get kind of confusing. Yeah. Let's say, heaven forbid, your puppy gets hit by a car and requires surgery for a broken leg. Well, it's not just the broken leg that we would cover. If your deductible has been met through those routine procedures, we would cover all of the diagnostic work, like the x-rays to diagnose the broken leg, any type of laboratory work, anything that would be needed to manage that condition would be covered, not just the broken leg. So it's a very comprehensive policy.
It sounds comprehensive. It sounds, in fact, having the accident and illness with the preventative care, it sounds very comprehensive. And
it is very comprehensive. There are very few things that we don't cover, and maybe in a future post we can go over those.
Okay. For today, I think that's a good place to stop. We'll talk to you again soon.